Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dahlia and welcome back to Croakwood, my new all-frog fishing town. Working on a new build, and today we're gonna be decorating around my plaza. So yeah, it's a big build. It is a build that I didn't anticipate working on today, but it just ended up happening. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're not already, make sure to like the video, comment down below if you enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And thank you guys so much for 15,000 followers. We reached it earlier this week, and I'm so thankful for all the support. But yeah, without further ado, let's head over to the spot we're gonna be working on. So like I said, we're gonna be doing the plaza, or at the front of the plaza. Originally is where we were gonna be working. I also have a new villager on the island. We now have Camo Frog. So I still have to do villager hunting for a couple of villagers, which I'll probably be making some videos for. But Camo Frog is the newest villager on the island. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin, because we have a lot of code placing to do, and this build is bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Okay, so basically, if you guys saw my last video, which if you haven't already, feel free to check it out. I'll link it in the card. We worked on a gas station kind of build for the boats on the island that we built for Jeremiah's house. And I mentioned in the video, oh, this build was so easy. It wasn't hard to do at all. It was such a quick build to make. And I feel like I basically jinxed myself when I said that, because suddenly this build started, and what was supposed to be a very simple build kind of spiraled.
Hey, what's going on? Nothing.
And which is why it's taken me like a week to post a new video, because this was supposed to go up like 3 or 4 days ago, and I basically demolished over half the build and changed it between when I started to when I finally finished it.
I'm fine! Totally fine! I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine.
Because initially this was literally just supposed to be at the front of my plaza, but I thought I had more space at the front of my plaza, so what turned into, like I said, a smaller build at my plaza front entrance turned into essentially decorating around my entire plaza, including behind it. So a lot of building will take place the next 10 to 15 minutes, which you guys will see me not struggle with, because when I tell you the build turned out so good, I'm so pleased with it. It just wasn't the initial build when we started. But yeah, so the main basic design for the build was supposed to be kind of like a fish market at the entrance of the plaza. So like this area right here was going to be covered in, like, I just knew I was going to be using like the stacked fish crates and the fishing containers to make just like a really big fish market, because I'm going to be doing like a farmer's market kind of build on the island, and I'm sure there's going to be like 1 or 2 more markety kind of builds when I include like my my shops. But I knew this one I wanted specifically for it to be like a fish market, so I had to decide how exactly I was going to do that with the amount of space that I had. So as you guys can see, I placed down the boardwalk, the dock. I'm just going to call this the dock costume design, because this is the one I've been using as my dock design since I started building the island. And I created this really cute little like central area with the water, which changes a couple times throughout the course of the video. If you see it kind of like continue to adjust as I continue to try to build this area. But I decided for the actual fish market, we were going to use some retro transportation stops, which you guys know I've been using a lot of on the island, and then also some stalls as well. I downloaded some new designs for the stalls. If you're curious about those designs and any of the other designs I'm using today, everything will linked in the card for you guys. I'm still in the process of kind of deciding how I want this island to, like the codes for this island, because I feel like a lot of the codes I've already downloaded I haven't really used yet. I've been mainly just using like the water code and the deck code as like my main floor code, but I think I will still be using one of two of the custom designs I downloaded for like roads, because I have like a road pebble code, and then I also have a kind of like mossy grass code, and I have to decide which of the two I think I'll end up using, because I don't see myself at this point using both of them. I'm still unsure.
Here. It's a tough call. They're so different.
We'll see. We'll see how this kind of evolves. But anyways, I'm placing a bunch of fishing containers and stack fishing containers, as you guys can see, in the green, orange, and yellow, and that is literally all I'm doing. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And this is just like your basic fish mart. Like, it's an area where people come and buy fresh fish. Like, this is a fishing town. Trust me when I say we're gonna have a lot of areas that have the fishing theme, and this is one of them. So I did the same thing on the right side. I didn't show you guys me placing these items down because I literally did the same thing on both sides. It's a little bit different, but like the same furniture, just placed differently. Also love the color scheme here. It's very rustic and I love it. And I like how the colors just like work. Also trying to incorporate the plaza in like an island that's so natural like this. It's a little bit of a struggle, but I feel like when you see the fake buildings, because when I say plural, we make fake buildings in today's video, when you see them finished, I feel like I don't hide the plaza. Trust me, it's still there. You can still see it.
Just as I thought, you are ashamed of me. I'm not ashamed of you. I'm proud of you. Open up. I just don't want anybody to see you.
But I feel like the buildings around it kind of help it blend a little bit better, I would say. I knew going into building, not this build, but I knew going into like building this island when I got to my plaza, I wanted to do a really tall building behind it that is just like, it was either going to be storefronts or retro transportation stops that just kind of make up like one giant, like kind of like houseboat. I wanted it to kind of look like, not really, like just like a giant fake building basically. But it kind of looks like a really tall houseboat that's kind of just connected in one long strip. And I've done this before on a couple of islands where I've done like just really big buildings behind my plaza like this. Like for example, like the island I just finished, my Dark Academia island, the academy kind of one, that had that kind of thing. And I've done it with like 2 or 3 more where I just have this like really tall building, and that's essentially what I did here. So I did 3 tiles in length so that I could have like the retro transportation stops as like the fake building, and I decided to do yellow and blue for the color scheme. And then I'm placing a bunch of items around the front of this area here to act obviously like little balconies, and it's cute. And I did decide just to use this one window code that I downloaded for all of my retro transportation stops, because I said that I wasn't sure if I loved the brown color for like the more colorful retro transportation stops, but it works. Like, it's fine, you know, it's not that big of a deal, and it's one code. It is a little annoying having to constantly customize every single retro transportation stop, because as you guys can see, I use quite a few today.
No, I'm here to complain.
He's here to complain.
Then don't let him in.
You can't come in.
But it's fine. I feel like for not all of my builds, I will be customizing the retro transportation stops to have the window, or to like not just to be the standard code, but for today especially, it's meant to look like a building with like people living in it, so it just made the most sense to customize them, as you guys can see. So now I'm just kind of filling in the area and the space behind the plaza. I don't have a ton of trees in this build. As I mentioned before, I'm really trying to be mindful of where trees go, because this island has a lot of dock spaces, so I really have to be mindful of where I put trees, because it has to look natural to me. So I'm placing them all around the back portion of this build, just to make it, you know, like blend a little bit more seamlessly, to make the building look a little less, I don't know, structured, just to kind of hide it a little bit so that the walls don't look too fake, I guess you could say. And it's cute. I like how the area behind the plaza looks. It's really nice. And then I just placed a bunch of furniture and stuff to just kind of, you know, kind of mirror what I did on the cliffs, for like the balconies. Now we're doing the same thing again. So we're literally just building the same buildings again, just like smaller versions. And I don't know why I decided to do 2 more buildings. I was originally supposed to do big buildings on the left and the right of the plaza, and I scrapped that idea, which is why it took me so long, because I built up these like really big buildings and then had to demolish them all. I'm gonna wreck it! But I'm doing the same color scheme, but then adding the metal gray retro transportation stop color too for like the bottom portion, so it matches what I did for the back of the plaza, but it's a little bit different too. These are all the colors of the retro transportation stops I'm using. The only one I'm not using is like the orangey red one, just because I don't feel like it goes with the color scheme.
That kind of blood orange.
This is actually a gorgeous color.
Blood orange? She's so pretentious. Shut up, it's red. Blood orange.
As I've mentioned in the last video, but I like how the colors are all looking. Like, it's so vibrant and colorful. And a lot of you mentioned like you liked the tropical coastal vibe of like using all these colors, and I fully agree with you. So I'm really liking it. And I haven't used storefronts yet on this island, which I want to, but I just haven't done it yet. But like, obviously using the storefronts is so easy because it comes with like a built-in window that actually lights up. Even though I'm not decorating this island to be built in like the nighttime, still. So I'm just like making it more difficult for myself. But I like the retro transportation stops. Like, I like the metal look of the fake buildings versus using the wood of the storefronts. So I will be using the storefronts. I just have to like start using them. Otherwise, I'm going to start building this island to the point where I'm not going to. And that's just going to like get to the point where it's kind of annoying. So I finished making the buildings, as you guys can see, and just gave them their own little balconies. I'm having fun decorating the balconies and making them all look a little bit different from each other. And it's cute. I don't know. I like it. As you guys can see, this is the point where like the build was taking me so long that like there's empty space on either side of the right and the left of the plaza. I know that, like, not of the plaza, but like to the left, as you guys can see, there's like grass. Ignore that fully.
You didn't see anything, right?
I will be decorating this in the next video. I could have done it in this video, but this build would have been like so long. This was like 2.5 hours worth of 3 hours of footage almost. And I really had to like break it down. I said this was going to be a longer video. I still managed to like break it down a lot because a lot of the footage was like just custom design placement. But if you guys want longer videos, let me know, because I feel like a lot of you guys like the 20 to 25 minute video. This one is like probably 17 minutes after I finish editing, give or take. But like, obviously it can be longer if you guys want. I just like, you know, I try to like minimize the amount of footage I put because there's just so much like just like custom design placement, especially with like the deck. It's just like, it's a lot. I don't know. But yeah, we're basically finished the build. I'm adding my finishing touches with like my dropped items. So we're using like seaweed, shells, some leaf piles, And that's basically it. But I love how this build came together. It was incredibly not challenging. It was a lot. It was a lot to put together, but I'm just loving this island so much so far. I'm having so much fun building it. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like on the video, like the video if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here and would like to see more videos from me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Enjoy the final walkthrough, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!